The only Dawson refuses to be categorized. Ah! Hi, my treasures. Another episode of Talking Shit with Leonie. What I've been up to, what I've been thinking about, what's next. Awesome. I am on school run. I'm groovy. Well, I've had ups and downs. I'm definitely more affected by hormones than I usually am. So I'm assuming this might be menopausal, perimenopause. I usually don't really get affected by PMS, but only just a little bit, but it's sort of gotten more and more over the past year or so. And then this last one was particularly bad. Felt like a deranged fucking bush pig. I really did. And I'm very grateful to my two assistants / dear friends, because they just coped with me really well. And they were like, actually, Leonie, these ideas you're coming up with, they're not great at the moment, babes. Your decision-making power is taken off you. And I'm like, fair play. I see the situation and I concur. I agree. I'm assuming perimenopausal. Oh, what a special treat. And also, what a hilarious fact of nature that you get to go through perimenopause at the same, possibly at the same time as maybe you've got teenage and tween kids who are going through their hormonal surges at the same time. What a freaking treat. Bless. So that's happening. I have talked on the podcast before about how I was trying on motion and thought that could possibly change my life and change my workflow, and it did, but not for the better. So I'm glad I said I'd tell you how I feel about it in a month, because a month later I fucking hate it. I've had to burn it to the ground. It just really affected my mindset, because I definitely prefer having a menu of options, just some choices of what I could do for that day, depending on how I'm feeling, if I'm inspired, if I'm low energy, if I really want to be out in the world, have my face in the world or not. Sometimes I want to do just basic bitch shit, check over the accounts and update some spreadsheets. And I felt like by not having that freedom anymore, I was just in a job, because motion was telling me, now this is what you do next. And I was like, fuck off, boss. And I was trying really hard, but I just constantly felt like I was behind and just wasn't efficient enough. And that sucks. I went to my osteopath, Dr. Sophie Toland, and she's very good at what she does with her hands, but she's also very good with her brain because she is wise. She's another wise Scorpio. And she was like, so what you're saying is you had your dream job that really rarely gave you stress, and now you've given yourself a job that you fucking hate, and you're pushing yourself so hard for no significant return except for feeling bummed out. And I'm like, yes, that's correct. That's exactly what I'm saying. And one of my dearest friends, Tam, was like, hey, babes, I know you're very attached to the idea of motion, but I do think we might need to burn it down because it's really affecting your confidence levels and how content you feel on a daily basis. And I was like, yeah, right. So it was just another really useful reminder that the tools cannot, you're not the one that needs to fit to the tools. The tools have to fit to you. And if they aren't bringing blessings and benefits and joy to your life, then they can go get fucked. They really can. So I've killed off motion. Look, I think if you have ADHD, or if you really struggle with like blocking out your days and you want to try out and see what it looks like to have something time blocked for you, give it a go. You may have a totally different experience. And I'm not going to say like motion sucks for everyone, down with motion, because I reckon it really could benefit a lot of people. For me, I thought it would benefit me. It did not, in fact, benefit my mindset and my happiness levels. So I am not going to carry on with it. So that's the next thing I want to tick off. So motion, hormones, what other things? The academy. I am going to be opening up the academy for like 4 days for new enrollments next week. So if you are keen on getting all of my courses and workshops, you can go to leoniedawson.com/academy and get on the wait list, and you get like $5,000 plus of my courses and programs and new workshops every single month, new guest experts every single month, new templates and resources for your business every single month. And it is under $100 a year. It's just the simplest, easiest, yes, I wanted to create for business owners, just like such a huge resource tool and support for them. So, yes, make sure you don't miss out. I don't know if I'm going to have time next week to do a podcast episode. So consider this your final warning. I haven't done like a short launch before, but I'm just going to try it out and see how it goes. And I know that I'm not going to be able to do it perfectly by any means, because I'm one little human, and I don't want to break myself in that process. And also, I've got 2 very part-time assistants. They're pretty much maxed out already. So I said, look, I'm going to do a launch, but I'll just do this one by myself and try not to affect you guys' workloads, because it's already enough. We're at that kind of phase in business where I've come up with lots of really good ideas and we've had some beautiful growth. And it also means that we're going to have to like start culling things off our to-do lists and possibly look at bringing on some more team hours somehow. I really just like having a very small team, and I only like working with neurodivergent people with autism or ADHD or both, because we have the same communication style. And whenever I try and work with a neurotypical person, I feel like I'm going insane. I drive them batshit insane. So that's just what works for me. If I could just duplicate the current assistants I have, that would be amazing. Neither of them can work full-time hours, and one of them has another business a couple of businesses that she's got to manage as well. So it's just that beautiful little balancing act, really. I've done it before, like hiring a big team and just hiring more and more stuff, and I know where that ends up and how unfun that can be. So I'm not planning on doing that again. Books. What am I reading at the moment? I am reading Julia Cameron's Floor Sample book, which Denise Duffield-Thomas recommended it to me, where she was like, mate, read this. It will make you feel so much better about all the times that you've made impulsive decisions and moved, because Julia Cameron has got us beat on this level. So I've been reading that, and it is intense. It's intense. Like, that woman has had a life. If you don't know who Julia Cameron is, she is the creator of The Artist's Way, which I really love. And, it's just like kind of a seminary creative manual, really. Like, if you're feeling stuck or want to reconnect with your creativity and become more productive, The Artist's Way, creatively productive, The Artist's Way is definitely a great place to begin. But, that woman has moved a lot and had really just made decisions based on how she was feeling in every moment, really. So bless her, Denise is right. I did feel heaps better about the amount of times I've moved around. And also, like, in some ways, like, it can be a bit of a creative thing in terms of being, sometimes you can feel unsettled and wonder if, like, another place will be a better fit for you as a spirit. Yeah, it's the big questions. And I really just admire how much creativity Julia Cameron has put into the world, the amount of books that she's written and plays and films that she's directed and musicals, and she's got like CDs and stuff. Like, it's truly, she's had a truly remarkable creative career. So that's been really beautiful. And also just to reconnect with some of the tools that she talks about in The Artist's Way, and also in her memoir about what has helped her with her creativity, like going on artist dates and walking and doing her morning pages. And she sort of lives in this, fairly constant communion with God, Great Spirit, the great creator, all that is, saying, what would you have me do now? And what should I know now? And how would you have me work through this situation? And I really love her way of doing that. And for me, I'm somebody I'm not Christian. I come from an agnostic family. My husband also. And, I've been kind of new age spiritual for parts of my life. And now I'm I wouldn't even know, I would say I'm more of a kind of a spiritual agnostic. But I've always found it difficult to pray, because for me, the kind of Christian male God, it doesn't feel like my God, the one that I connect with personally. And so sometimes I struggle to pray, because the only way I've known of prayer is in that kind of talking to male duty in the sky, who might be a bit judgy. I don't know. That's what the books say. But just having this communion in another way of just saying to the great creator, what would you have me do? It's been a really lovely new exercise for me to do. Okay. God, Julia Cameron, great. Hormones, tick. Nailing it. I talked about the Academy. I'm really just kind of cracking on with doing stuff at the moment and making stuff. So with the Academy, we brought out that we're going to do 3 new offerings every single month. And so I've been batch creating some of them for the next year, some just getting organized, and some that I just have to create as we go. I'm running another business basics workshop tomorrow morning, so I finished putting all that together, which is good. The business basics workshops are like really, really like starter workshops for, getting your website done, your mailing list, your lead magnet, newsletter, all that kind of stuff, working out your pricing, what payment processor to use, currency, all that kind of stuff. So because like a lot of my courses don't deal with that very, very foundational stuff. Instead, it talks about, how to increase, how to sell more, how to do more. So, it's really handy having those kind of business basics covered in there as well. Hooray! Hooray! If you check out my social media, Facebook and Instagram currently, I've got new videos coming out every single day, which is really fun. What I've been doing is, because I have so many courses and workshops and coaching calls and live streams that I've already done, I'm repurposing a lot of those for social media. And because my team doesn't have the time to deal with it, I'm outsourcing and using a company called Splashio. and they do a lot of kind of like reformat videos into kind of short clips, reels style videos. So I've been really happy with them so far, and I'm using Smarter Q to build a bit of a backlog of social media content and to schedule that out, and also have it like just kind of a pot of content sitting there, so it's not me like getting to a new week and going, oh hey, what do I need to put on social media? Because the thing is, I've been on social media for 15 years now. I've been creating content on the internet for nearly 20 years. So there's a lot of stuff that I've already created that most people haven't seen. And so kind of just like reformatting and reusing the best of that, which is exciting. So that's my current hyper focus, doing those kinds of things, which is really fun. I know there was something else I really wanted to talk to you about, and it keeps on just flittering away at the edge of my brain like a little ADHD butterfly. Let me pause and see if I can remember. Oh, that's right. I remember. Oh, school bell's just run. Let me run in. I had a couple of questions last week from people asking if I still was in a network marketing company. And I realized I haven't talked about that in years, literal years. So I wrote a very long post about my experience in that and why I don't market it anymore. If you go to leoniedawson.com/MLM, you'll be able to hear all my thoughts on that. It's kind of a longer post. I should record it, but for the podcast. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not going to because I don't have the time. So if you're really keen on finding out about that, go to leoniedawson.com/MLM. Okay, that's it. I'm going to go run and get my kids. I love you. Bye.